What is going on, everyone? Leon checking in, and we're at it again with another video. In today's video, we'll be covering how to update firmware and how to enable and use double tap for volume with a gesture improvement tip. Now, the Galaxy Buds 2 are one of my favorite earbuds I've used up to this point because of functionality. However, the one feature I've had a problem using consistently is the double tap for volume gesture. Now, I've had this feature enabled for what seems like forever, and I just thought maybe it wasn't a good feature since it is considered experimental. However, it seems Samsung's directions just might not be all that great or even correct. And that being said, I stumbled on a better technique for using this feature that has improved its success rate. Now, I'm hopeful this tip will improve your earbud functionality as it did mine. As for this video, it's featured on the Samsung Galaxy playlist, so you can find information related to this topic quickly and easily. And as always, we only feature products or services I buy, use, or am interested in. Now, you can find the Galaxy Buds 2 and related items at the Amazon storefront link in the description below. All things said, let's go ahead and get into it. So in order to update firmware and use double tap for volume, you'll need the Samsung Galaxy wearable app, which looks like the image shown in this video. You'll also want to make sure that your earbuds case is open so it can connect to your smartphone via Bluetooth so you can perform both of these functions. So here we are in the app, and if your Buds 2 don't show by default, we can click on the menu icon and that'll open up a side menu, and then we can look for our Buds 2 and tap on that. So first we'll start by checking for a firmware update. So we're going to scroll down here until we see earbud settings, and we're going to tap on that. Now this opens up a new page, and we're going to scroll down to the bottom until we see earbud software update and tap on that. Now this is going to check for an update in the app for your earbuds, and if there is one available, you'll be able to download it. Now, the reason I wanted to cover how to perform a firmware update on the Galaxy Buds 2 is that Samsung is really good about updating all their devices overall, and I recently had a firmware update for my Buds 2. Now, once you've checked for your firmware update and performed it, if it's available, we can return back to the Buds 2 home screen by tapping on the arrow in the top left-hand corner twice. 1, 2. And now we're back to the home page. Next, we can demonstrate how to enable double tap for volume. Now, before we dive into this feature, I wanted to mention that it works best with both earbuds, and that's because you'll have the left to lower the volume and you'll have the right to increase the volume. Now, you can use an earbud separately, but you'll have limited functionality. That means that if you're using, for example, only the left earbud, you'll only be able to do volume down, and if you're using only the right, you'll only be able to do volume up. So in order to enable this feature, we're going to look for earbud settings and tap on that. Next, we'll look for the item titled Labs. Those are going to be experimental features for the Buds 2, and we're going to tap on that. And that's going to open up a new page with our options. So you can see we have double tap earbud edge, and that's going to be double tap for volume increase or decrease. And we can enable that by tapping on the slider. That's going to change it to blue. That means that it's enabled. Now we can get more information about this feature by tapping on the text itself. That's going to open a new page and explain how to use it. Now these instructions are interesting because, again, they didn't really work for me. But here we go. We have double tap the edge of the left earbud to turn the volume down, or the edge of the right earbud to turn the volume up. Now I have tried this, and again, it's very inconsistent. It does work when it does work, but for the most part, it doesn't work at all, or it's not really reliable. So let's talk about how to use this feature more effectively, which is somewhat far from what Samsung recommends. So I'm going to install both earbuds. I've got the left here, and I've got the right. And the thing that I love about the Galaxy Buds 2 is that they do connect really quick. Now, the other thing I want to mention before I give my tip is that if you're going to go by these directions that Samsung gives, a lot of times you'll accidentally pause or play your tracks. That happened to me a lot. Now, I'm no medical professional, so I may get the anatomy of the ear wrong in this video. So if you are a medical professional, feel free to correct me in the comments below. But in order to improve the functionality of this feature, we want to tap on an area of the ear called the pinna, and that will effectively give you a 90% or higher success rate of this feature working. So I'm going to try to demonstrate this with the left earbud first. That would be decreasing the volume. And you can see that the volume control is showing up here. And I'm getting it right 100% of the time. The first time is a little tricky because you have to get that area right. Now we're going to increase the volume, right earbud. Finding the area, found it. And now we are increasing successfully. You know, every once in a while you get a miss, but doing it here in this area, I think it's actually maybe a little lower than the Pina. Again, I'm going to try to give you another view here. And we're not looking at the phone, we're not looking in the mirror, none of that. It's just natural. Finding it and making it work. So you can see the success rate is a lot better than doing what Samsung recommends. They totally told us how to do it wrong, people. They were telling us how to do it wrong. This is the right way to do it. So that is it for today's video. If you enjoyed it and found it useful, please leave a like. First, I actually got to take these earbuds out. And my music's actually playing. Moving on, if you have any questions or comments, as always, drop those down below and I'll do my best to answer them. Now, there are 3 ways to support the channel. The first way is to click on the Amazon storefront link in the description below. There you'll find items that I have bought or would buy, and anything you buy from the storefront does support the content. The next way to show your support is just by sharing this content with someone who might enjoy it or find it useful. And the last way to show your support is just by clicking the subscribe button. Now, liking and subscribing are important because those are ways to vote on whether you like the content. Liking and subscribing are also important for new viewers and listeners. If new viewers and listeners see likes and subscribers, they're going to think that the content is helpful, worth watching, and listening to. As always, thanks for watching and may the universe flow in your favor. And until next time, Leon checking out. Yeah.